respected Jha sir, the coordinator of this National Science Day program, our seniors, Sri Chikisa sir, Chaudhary sir, and Verma sir, obviously our colleagues, Bhagat sir and Bhagat sir, my dear students. Sorry for that. Also, I would like to express my respect to Sri Pankaj sir and Manish sir too. Dear students, I got this ample opportunity to express my feelings regarding Science Day celebration, to pay respect to our great eminent scientist, Sir C.V. Raman sir. I would take almost 10 minutes of you to state his life and contribution to the Indian science, who brought the Indian science faculty to a great height and posted the national flag in the field of science to the topest height in modern science. Though we have in our ancient time so many things for our pride, like invention of zero, many formulae for homeopath, Ayurveda, decimal system, but in practical field, in our science, India was trailing behind. But in modern time, Sir C.V. Raman sir has brought Indian science to really a noble height, where the world is thinking for that. Undoubtedly, Sir C.V. Raman sir, no doubt an eminent physicist. Now, I would like to state his life in brief, though our student Ayush Ranjan has stated something for him. So, our eminent scientist, Sir C.V. Raman sir, was born on November 7, 1888 at Tiruchirappalli in Tamil Nadu. His father was lecturer in a very reputed college in the Department of Physics and Maths. Obviously, Chandrasekhar Venkat Raman sir, his early education was done in the contact of his father at Visakhapatnam in some Anglo-Indian high school, where at the age of 11th years only he got the matriculation degree. And after his matriculation, he has done FA, today's plus 2, and later on for higher education, he has been admitted in the Presidency College of Madras, where his father was working as a lecturer. Undoubtedly, his father was having a hobby of making study more and more. So he had set up a very small library of physics and mathematics books. Together with his hobby was in music too. That's why every time Raman Sahab, using those science books, physics books, maths books, and later on he has invented something In music also, whose fan was his father. His father was really a very nice guitar player. So in this way, his education was in a healthy environment. And at the age of 18, he has completed his bachelor's degree. Not only this, at the age of this 18 years, he has written many research papers. One professor, his professor, K.L. Jones, seeing his devotion towards science, suggested him, why don't you are sending your research paper to England, where some science magazine is published, whose name was Philosophical Magazine. And his article was published in the magazine. He has done his bachelor's degree with gold medal, and regularly he got scholarship due to his talent, extra talent. And always, leaving the theoretical class, he used to do some practical work in the professor's laboratory. Always. And his professor, has given him excuse for not attending his theoretical class. Seeing his talent, seeing his dedication, and these things has produced a very nice result. On the date of 28th February 1928, his research was completed on this day, popularly known as Raman effect. We will have some ideas about Raman effect later on. And due to this miracle invention, he has been felicitated with topmost award, that is Nobel Prize, in the year of 1930. But before this, in the year of 1929, in the British government, under the era of George Pancham, he has been awarded by knighthood. And after that, he has been called Sir Sri. So, he has been awarded by this title, Sir. And then he is become Sir Chandrasekhar Venkat. Later on, so many research works he has performed, and seeing his contribution in the modern science, Indian government has awarded him by top award Bharat Ratna. Again, he has been awarded by Lenin Shanti Puraskar by UNO in the year of 1954. So many award felicitation has been done, seeing his contribution in the field of science. Now, let us see what was the Raman effect. Actually, he has invented that when a monochromatic light, the light having one wavelength, single wavelength, is allowed to pass through a material, through a substance, then the light emerges out containing different frequencies, different wavelength. And you, student, being the student of science, you know What is wavelength and what is frequency and what is the relationship between these two. So monochromatic light, when it is allowed to pass through a material, through a substance, then different frequencies containing lights are emerging out from that substance. Some of these are having the same frequency as the incident ray. Some of them having lower frequency than the frequency of incident ray, and some having higher frequency than the incident ray. This is called scattering of light when monochromatic light is allowed to pass through a substance. This phenomenon is known as Raman. And this brings a miracle change in the field of science. This experiment enables us to state the nature and properties of different substances. Why graphite? Why diamond sparkle? Why sky appears blue? These whole things are explained by Raman's effect. In industry, this Raman's effect is frequently used in determining the nature and the behavior of material substances. Lastly, I would like to state here that being the teacher, being the students of science, we must inspire from him. So really, his contribution in the science field is unforgettable. And due to this invention on 28th February 1928, we are celebrating then every year on 20th February this National Science Day. Lastly, on 21st of November 1970, he has left us, but his memory is still with us. We can't forget. The world is obliged with his contributions. So many research centers he has established. At Bangalore, Raman Research Center is there. In Kolkata, he has set up the National Institute for Cultivating the Science, where he has invested his lifelong. So, we must inspire students. With these words, I would like to pay my respect to such an eminent scientist, Sir C.P. Raman. Thank you.